and welcome to For The Drive, and on this episode of Friends of For The Drive I take a look at my first Aston Martin. So what we have here is a 2005 Aston Martin DB9 Volante with a 6-litre V12 producing 450 brake, which will take you to 60 in about 4.6 seconds. And what a beauty she is.
All these crazy fears that ends with bloody tears. Oh baby, we keep prepping.
I think it's time to start this puppy up. Oh my god. I want a V12. That's it now. I want a V12. So I'm now joining the owner Greg in the driver's seat. Thank you very much for coming out and doing this today.
No problem.
Why did you buy this car?
I think, like many other lads, I think owning an Aston Martin is a bit of a dream that you always have. I thought it would be a good idea just to have one for 6 months.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh well, I need to scratch that itch. It's going to cost me too much to run.
Yeah.
It's a totally impractical everyday car. I'll have it for 6 months and then I'll go and get something more sensible. Anyway, 2 years on, the reality is it does 21 miles per gallon driving it. Combination of spirited and sensible.
Yeah.
You can probably get 24, 25 if you were really careful.
But who wants to drive like that, to be honest?
Exactly. And the difference between 21 and 25 in pound note values is bugger
Nothing.
all.
Yeah. It's, as you say, I'd rather have a smile on my face than maybe
And that's what
two
it is.
extra pounds in my pocket.
That's what it is. After 2 years, I just don't want to get rid of it because what could I replace it with?
Yeah. Another DB9.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What would you say that you really love about the car? Like if you had to size
that,
bring it down to like 1 or 2 points. Yeah, like besides the exhaust. I mean, the exhaust is that's a given. That, you know, the engine tone of this is amazing.
It's probably one of the most beautiful cars ever made, and coming back to the car park and getting into an Aston Martin, you know, like you were saying earlier, that it puts a smile on your face. So yeah. I think its beauty has got to be up there. The Aston Martin brand, you know, it's cool, it's sporty, it's quintessentially English.
Yeah.
The James Bond connection with the brand.
Yeah.
To have a Ferrari, and when you go through a town centre in a Ferrari, you are either loved or you're hated.
Yeah.
It's about 50-50.
Yeah.
There's as many people that hate you driving a Ferrari as they do like you. With Aston, that is very different. 100% of people love you and love the car. The engine noise, the exhaust note,
So good.
and of course its performance, the luxury. I use this every day for work, and I have about a 45-minute journey to work, 45 minutes home. So you want something that is comfortable, a little bit of refinement, luxury, and as I say, it ticks a lot of boxes for an everyday car.
Yeah. What would you say that is potentially a design flaw of a DB9? Like what sometimes grinds your gears about it?
One is this interior mirror. They've decided not to mount it on the windscreen, but in fact to mount it to the, top of the body of the car, over the windscreen, which is absolutely fine with the hood down. But when the hood is up, you can probably see in your camera there's not such great view at the back. The other thing which is quite common on these, criticised, is the heater is not that great, and particularly noticeable on a Volante when you've got the roof down and you've got the heating on full blast. It's not enough to warm you up.
Have you done any modifications to this, or are you thinking about it?
No, it's a standard car.
I suppose a car like this you wouldn't think about modifying, really. It's not. It's unlike. It's unusual.
It's not the sort of car that gets modded that often, I don't think. I think going back to brand, I think a lot of people like Aston Martin because it's not in your face. It's not.
Just like
look at me. It's
elegance.
It's a more subtle, classy look.
Yeah.
And I think Aston Martins look at their best when they are absolutely standard.
You touched upon earlier about you don't want to get rid of it. What would you replace it with? I mean, literally, what would you have to, like, if you said, right, okay, this is going to go for whatever reason, what would you replace it with?
Well, on the basis that I don't think I can fault it, and I'm definitely not done with it yet. If it goes, I think it would have to be another Aston Martin DB9. Which, what else is there?
Well, exactly. Would you not think about going for a DB11 and see what the brand new, like the newest step of Aston Martin is doing?
Well, the DB11 is a bit of an odd car because, you know, I've said that it's about classy and subtle and not in your face. But don't you think that the DB11 is a little bit in your face and a little bit
certainly
shouty?
A lot louder?
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure that I'm behind the design changes. It's a lovely looking car, and if you want something to look special and in your face, then you know maybe that's what they want to bring to Aston Martin. But for me, I think I'll stick with DB9 for now.
Yeah.
There's quite a few evolutions of it ahead of this one.
Yes, yeah, it's true.
So that will keep me busy for a few years, I think.
I'll tell you what, next time we go out, you can take the Ferrari, I'll take this.
Wake up, Graham, wake up. How does it feel then?
Quite heavy, but I mean, my steering is very light, so I think every car I drive is heavy. Oh god, wow. Oh my god! That's such a nice noise. So how ready that is to pick up.
Yeah, you have to work hard at making sure you're in the right gear.
For progressive power, your brakes are quite like the resistance is quite high to what I'm used to, so I must admit.
Oh right, but even though it's quite light for a large GT, it's still quite a heavy car compared to maybe what your
my brakes are, I think, are very servo assisted.
Right.
So they're like, you can put a small amount of pressure and you immediately get that nose dive.
Yeah.
And then when you want to pile it on, you just progressive, pressure. Whereas this is, you're feeling, it's almost a bit like the steering, you're feeling how much pressure you're putting on.
Yes.
As you say, big car, going through corners really nice, like feels really like just flowing.
Enjoying it?
Yes, I am. I say, it's such a shame that the tarmac isn't dry and warm, because like, I've seen you throw it around a bit and I was like, but I'm not willing to try it.
Yeah, I know what I can get away with.
Yeah, of course, yeah. The thing about this GT car, I've now gone into fifth, and if the roof wasn't down, it'd be so quiet, so comfortable, so easy to drive. And I think, as you said, that's an everyday, as the daily car. I could see my, if someone said to me, "Hey, I have a DB9," you could just, I could run this to work and just go up, get up every morning, look at my key, and go, "Yeah, nice, get to drive that to work."
Yeah, it's a nice feeling. It's a nice feeling.
I now see what you mean. There's not a huge amount of view out the back.
No.
But to be fair, the side mirrors are fine. It's quite a nice range of noises that it will feed you, and that almost, as you say, almost tells you which gear you're in, how high you almost don't need to look down. Well,
what do you think?
thank you very much. That was very nice. That was, like, the usability of it is just, it's staggering, really.
It really is.
Yeah, the fact that you can cruise along in such comfort, really, and then put the roof down, and just like, you've got beautiful countryside if the weather's good, and then change a few gears, push it through some corners, and then it is proper smile inducing. So yeah, no, I must. First Aston experience has definitely been a good one. So thank you very much.
No problem.
So we have come to the end of the day, as you can tell by the fact it's basically dark. I'm using my car headlights as my lighting rig, but what a sensational experience. Like the way it can go, oh come on, there we go. The way it can go from just being the most comfy GT cruiser to quite an exhilarating experience of like being a proper sports car as you push it through some bends and opening up that incredible sounding V12. Yeah, definitely a big smile on my face. Definitely a winner in my book. So a huge thank you to Greg for coming out and showing me this beautiful DB9 Volante. But that is the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Almost perfect.